share a brief of what happened that week. Because I promise you, today I say I will not share, but I think I should share. You know, I went on sabbatical leave at Federal Medical Center, Jalingo, in June. It's supposed to last for 1 year. But since I have a family here and a church, I became a James Bond, always on the road to see my family and see the church. Prior to this last trip, I have a strong premonition to attend 2 prayer meetings. One was in Dunamis branch in Jalingo, and the other one was in Mountain of Fire and Miracles in Jalingo that week. And throughout the meeting, they kept praying, raising prayer points against the spirit of death. While I was saying the prayer, I was a bit overconfident, but I prayed the prayer. But I didn't know that I was being prepared for a major event in my life. We came here Sunday service, and the spirit of prayer was strong upon me. I led the congregation. We were late because I took a chunk of time leading prayers. Because of time, I will not go into details of that. After service, on Sunday, I already booked major surgeries for Monday morning in Jalingo. And what that taught me is, you can plan and plan and plan, but our lives is in the hands of God. I'm planning to save lives. So I asked my wife just straight from the hospital to the station. And when we went to the station, as if it was arranged, there was only 1 seat left. And they packed everybody and put me in the front. They say, I'm looking like a big man. Let me come and sit in the front. So we entered. The only thing I remember was the driver was trying to overtake one lorry like that. That's the only thing I remember. And then everything was blank. People struggled, took me to General Hospital, Kaltingo. I could come back to consciousness and sleep back again. So I was just floating. But what interests me was, when I fully regained consciousness on Wednesday, I asked them what day it was, and they say it's Wednesday. I say, Wednesday? I thought it's Monday. It was a strange, very strange for me. How can it be Wednesday? Throughout these 3 days, I would like to share this. I found myself surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. Anytime I close my eyes, I will see clouds, and I will see a lot of people. I remember I was telling Ishaya that I see dead people all over the place. Plenty of them. They are wearing white. But the interesting thing about these dead people is that they seem to be happier than me. And I look at them and they were very happy. And as I behold them, I started feeling a pull. I was telling myself it is better to be there than to be here. See, that place appears good. I would rather be there. Then I feel as if I'm going. Then I look back and I saw my children. I saw my 3 children. Then I asked myself, what will their future be without me? Then I shake myself like this. I say, no, my children need me. Then the cloud of witness begin to recede and they disappear. I asked God, what's the meaning of this? Because I couldn't understand the meaning. And the Lord opened my eyes to understand something. He said, there are 3 things I wanted you to understand. That one, the cloud of witnesses you've seen are the people that your ministry has impacted while you're on earth. That they came to welcome you. And there are plenty of them. And I recognize 3. One was my twin sister. The other one was Minister Solomon Manasseh. You know him. And the other one was my mother-in-law, Mrs. Safia Barka. I saw them and they were smiling. And the Lord said, all this cloud of witnesses are those people that your ministry has impacted. And when the sound of alarm was ringing in heaven, they were eager to come and welcome you. And the Lord said, you can do more. You can impact more. And the second thing the Lord revealed to me is that you are given a choice. Either to go or to come back. And he said you took the right choice because you still have work to do. Then I asked God, then why was the reason my children? And the Lord said the children is symbolic. It's just talking about what? The spiritual sons and daughters that need you to nurture and to help them to grow in the Lord. So I tell myself, so there are people that need my ministry. I told you on Thursday that the worst thing that can happen to a Christian is not death. Because the Bible said what? Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. And Paul says, for me to live is Christ and to die is gain. If a Christian dies, he has gain. He never loses anything. But the worst thing that can happen is for the purpose of God, for your life to be terminated through death. That's why the prophet said, I will not die, but I will live to declare the works of God. So I say boldly, for me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. After the 3 days, they put a pin in my leg from this side to this side, from this side to this side. It's worse than a prison. I said, a prisoner, they will put chains in his legs, but our own is a nail. And then they put weight, 18 kg here 14 kg here. And I have to lie straight like that for 10 days. For 10 days, I didn't move like this or like this. I was lying like this, like a dead person for 10 days. It was a very agonizing experience. Eventually, they scheduled for the surgery. Let me summarize. Now, when they were going for the surgery, the Spirit of the Lord said to me that the first phase of the devil plan was the accident. The second one is in the theater. But he said, be of good cheer, for I am with you. So I went to the surgery with no fear, but I know that the enemy will strike again. I was under anesthesia in the operation room for 9 hours. Then they brought me out, removed all their gadgets, and I wasn't picking oxygen. I was desaturating. I could see that the doctors running helter-skelter. He's desaturating. I would go in and out, and they took me to ICU. I was there for 24 hours. To make matters worse, there was no oxygen. That the car that would bring the oxygen to the hospital spoiled on the road. But God raised men that they have to find an alternative quickly. And God kept me alive. I'm sharing this testimony to the glory of God. My pelvis was broken in 3 different places. Most of the senior doctors say they have never seen something like that. But when they did the CT scans of the spine, because that was their greatest fear, I must have broken my backbone, and maybe I will never walk again, blah, blah. And they came and they said, we're so happy that the CT scans were normal. You know, I was a front passenger. From what they said, the tire from my side busted. And the car somersaulted and threw me out. But I was the only person that was injured. It's witchcraft. But God preserved my life. This is the 4th time that the devil is trying to kill me, but he has never gotten that close, this close. When they told me about the result of the CT scan, I saw the hand of God. And I say, Father, I thank you. Even though this pelvic bone was broken, my spinal cord was not broken. You know, I used to teach you here that if you have an accident and you break one leg, thank God that the other leg is not broken. So I stand here to demonstrate my teaching to you. That even though my pelvis is broken, my spine was not broken, so glory to God. What shall we say to all these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Please rise up on your feet. I want the choir to lead us to danceable song. You know, I've been listening to these songs and they bless me.